Hi guys, thanks for joining. My name is Josephine Moon. I thought I would pop along today and give you my top 5 tips for beginning and emerging writers. So, one of the first things I want to say and really champion is the value in writing short stories. I wrote short stories for years and years before I tackled a long full-length novel. And the beauty of short stories is it's not a huge commitment to write a short story. You can knock out a 2,000 or 3,000 word short story in a day if you really want to, or certainly in a week. And it gives you a whole range of things that you can practice. So you write in every genre you can think of within those short stories. So try fantasy, try romance, try crime, try mystery, try children's, try anything you like. And that will really help you to discover your voice, your own unique voice, where your strengths are and what you're really passionate about. Because you really want to be passionate about what you're writing, because when you get to full-length novels, you're going to be in that for years. So you really, really need to be in love with what you're writing. So that's my number one tip is don't jump straight into a novel, write short stories, write a lot of them. My second tip would be, having said that, when you do get to your full-length novel writing, don't get stuck in a project for years and years. I've seen many, many people over the years be working and reworking a story for years and years and years. And especially if it's the first manuscript you've worked on, just be prepared for the fact that it's very unlikely your first attempt is going to get picked up and be published. That's just reality. And you will see it happen in the news, and people do get picked up on their first book they ever wrote. But the reason it is reported on is because it's newsworthy, because it's unusual. So just allow yourself to go, okay, this book, it's important I finish it. It's important I do the best I can do, but then I'm going to put it aside and I'm going to move on to the next one. And that's also training you to set yourself up to be a career writer, because that's what we have to do. We write a book, we let it go, we move on. So yeah, just don't waste too much time doing that. Your story's going to age out. The market shifts, and you're just wasting a lot of time, I think, of what, variety is really going to hone your skills more than just churning over the same thing. Also, people often say write what you know, and I say that's a good place to start. But I always prefer to say write what you want to know, because what you want to know means you'll have a fresh energy to you, and your research is going to be fresh and new and original, and you're going to be coming at it with open eyes and a whole new sense of enthusiasm and passion. And that's great. So that's my number 3 tip there is write what you want to know. Give it a forward energy. Number 4 is to accept that writing is a long game. Nothing happens quickly in the world of writing. And, across sort of all the arts of, music and drama and everything, a single project can just go on for years. It can go on for years. So it's a long game. You're going to need a lot of patience. And, it's one of those things. If you don't think you've got the patience to deal with it for years, then try other forms, like try short stories, try writing freelance articles, try writing, children's books, or things that are, not that I'm saying that children's books happen quickly, they don't, but, just try different varieties of writing. Maybe you're better off writing podcasts or scripts for film or something else, but just know that it is a long, long game. And my last tip would be learn how to edit. So I still come across an awful lot of writers who feel that editing, what they think is editing is, I've written my first draft and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix up all the spelling mistakes and the punctuation mistakes and the little errors. That's not editing. Editing is a huge process, and it's at least 3 levels long. So there's structural editing, which is massive. And this is where you need to spend the most of your time, is in structural editing. And that can go on draft after draft after draft. So structural editing is getting everything organized, making sure the plot line's right, all the characters are doing what they should be doing and that they all need to be there. It's about making sure your theme is consistent, that it's good, like it's just a good story. It's those really, really big concepts. And that's where you need to invest the most of your time, is in structural editing. It's the stuff that hurts. It really hurts, structural editing, but that's where you've got to put your energy. Then you have copy editing, which is a little bit of what goes on in structural editing as well. It looks at a lot of consistencies and questions, is this really a character's motivation? Will they really be saying that? Is that dialogue quite right for that character? It can also be really painful as well. But by the time you get to proofreading, which is your last level, the pain should mostly have been dealt with by then. And you're just finding, the very final pieces of the puzzle. But those things, it takes time to acquire those skills. Good editors are worth their weight in gold. They're brilliant, and they will add so much value to your book, and you really can't skip it. You can't skip it. There's no way to get past the pain but go through it, unfortunately. And it comes down to that age of, writing is rewriting. It's deleting. I have routinely deleted 30,000 words out of pretty much every novel I've written. And written it all over again. I've deleted characters who were there from page 1 to the last page and totally taken them out of books. It's, that is structural editing, and that's where the value is. So you really need to get on top of that. And the way you do that is buy books to teach you how to do that, attend courses that teach you how to do that, work with an editor who can teach you how to do that, and find yourself, and this is kind of my 6th point, but I'm going to chuck it in there to number 5. And the final point there really is find yourself a good writing buddy, and that buddy over the course of your sort of career might change depending on what your circle. Some people will have one buddy, some people will have a whole circle. That will change and develop as you change and develop as well. But they're really going to be that sort of voice of reason who can look at your stuff objectively and say, this is really working for me, this is maybe not working for me. And if what they're saying resonates with you, it should give you that spark of going, great, that's excellent, that's exactly what I need to do. And that's what good feedback should make you feel like. It should make you feel inspired and like you know exactly what to do now. You can go back there and do it, even if it hurts, but you will go and do it. So that's my 5 tips, maybe it's 5.5, tips for beginning and emerging writers. I hope you've got something useful out of that. And thanks for being here today and supporting writers everywhere. We need you. Thank you.